Now you have the questions, right?
Let me pull them up.
Have you thought about them? I gave them to you in advance because I wanted you to give them a good think. You know what I
I
mean?
did. I did spend a few minutes pondering on
A
them.
few minutes. Alrighty, I hear you.
Listen, I'm kind of a professional in this field,
Yeah, you are.
so I already know most of the answers.
Oh yeah, now you're
Did you
really
send them to me on Snap? You did, right?
on Snap. Yeah, I saved them. I saved them on
Okay.
Snap.
Okay.
Will you recite them back to me?
Yeah. Does Hollow Knight have any flaws in your opinion? If so, what are they? And what would you say to someone who is playing the game for the first time?
Oh, there's a third one too.
And why do you like Hollow Knight?
All right, which is a really shitty, mean question to start with.
It's a good question.
All right, okay. All right, are you ready? We're just gonna get into it.
Okay.
We're gonna just jump right into it, dude.
Hmm.
All right, I'm here with Nick Diamond, who has told me on multiple occasions that Hollow Knight is one of his favorite games he's ever played. Is this true?
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
All right. Well, that's good for you. Thanks for coming out to this. Let's just start with the first question. Does everybody in your family have bad taste in video games?
No, no, not really. It's kind of just been hammered down to me as the youngest. But I don't really understand your question though, because Hollow Knight's not a bad video game.
So, let me ask you a question. So, you said again that Hollow Knight's one of your favorite games ever, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And you also like have like a sexual assault charge. Do you think those things are correlated?
Well, here's the thing about that. If even if I did, which I don't, I don't have a sexual assault charge on me. But if I did, it wouldn't correlate to my passion and love for Hollow Knight.
So let me ask you a question. So when you're playing a video game and you walk into a room and there are 37,000 entrances and they're all locked except one. So 36,999 of the entrances are locked, and then you enter the entrance that's not locked, and then it just leads to a room with another locked entrance. That's fun to you. You enjoy that? That's fun for you.
Have you played a Metroidvania? If you don't like the kind of game it is, you won't enjoy the game. So don't go into it expecting something else.
Well, can you explain to me why you enjoy that? Why is that fun to you?
Well, it's a fun game because you're not supposed to look at each door as something that is a place that you need to go for the story. It's an open exploration style of
No, it's
game.
not the story. It's in order to have fun. Why is that fun to you? All right? You have to.
Well, I mean, if you don't understand how to do the combat and you don't understand how to play the game well, you're not going to have fun.
Yeah, because.
Maybe
But.
you need to be able to look at your own abilities in video games. Maybe look at other
Okay.
games of the same caliber, see how you do on those.
Okay, okay, all
If
right.
you
All
hate
right, Nick,
all,
shut the fuck up, Nick. Have you ever played Super Metroid? Have you played Super
yeah,
Metroid? Have you played Castlevania
I've
Symphony of the
dabbled.
Night? No, you have not played these games to completion like I have, all right? Okay? Are you hanging with me? I know I had some questions before this, but those were just fucking bait. I really just wanted to yell at you about Hollow Knight. That's really all I wanted to do.
Well, I took some, I spent some time like looking at the questions. I actually took some time and thought about the questions you wrote for me. So I'm just kind of just hurt.
So okay. Let me ask you. I have another question that I just came up with just now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is fun to you because this happens in Hollow Knight every 2 seconds. Because not only is it a Metroidvania where every entrance is locked, but it's also a shitty platformer because it's an indie game and all indie games have to be shitty
No, the
platformers.
platforming's great.
No, it's stinking. It's
Once
actually
you
bad.
listen, once
No,
you
it's
realize
not.
that when you let go of the jump button is when you start falling,
No.
and you figure that out, and you're not
So
a dum dum about it, then the game becomes a lot easier.
so we've established that Hollow Knight's also a shitty platformer.
It's not.
So now that that's been established mutually between both of us with
Nothing's
no
been established.
So now that we've put two one and one together to get two on this, and we're on the same page here. How is this, so you enjoy Hollow Knight? So this must be fun to you. So you save up some money. You save up like 1,000 geo, and
Mhm.
then
That's
Since
the
you,
Hollow Knight currency for
that is,
people that don't know.
yeah, that's the Hollow Knight currency. You save up 1,000 geo without even thinking about it, and then because it's a shitty platformer with very little hit detection, the feedback you get when you get hit is not as visceral as it should be. So you don't really know when you're getting hit, and there's also only iframes if you have a token, and that's one of the shittier tokens.
I mean, if you look at your character, he kind of like
Stop.
blinks in and out of reality when he gets hit. It's kind of obvious if you're
But
watching.
there's no real iframes, so that means that
There's
you're gonna
also,
die
if you
a
play
lot.
with
And there's
sound-
also shitty, unfair platforming, so you're gonna lose all of your geo often for reasons that are not your own fault. Even though everybody in the YouTube comments is gonna say that it's because you're impatient or you're bad at platformers, no, I'm not buying it.
Dimitri,
I'm bad at
as
I'm bad at
somebody who has
platforming.
114% of the game, has done literally everything. The platforming, there are 2 platforming parts of the game that aren't even like, you have to discover them, and they are both immensely difficult compared to what's in the base game. And I was able to do all of it. And we both know I'm not good at video games.
That is untrue. I've played Counter-Strike with you. You are a natural at video games, okay? Why is it that
Bigot.
somebody, you know, maybe you learned how to play video games in prison from the arrest, from the sexual assault thing.
Again, doesn't relate to Hollow Knight, and it didn't happen. It's just, it's not even a clever joke. It's just a lie.
My problem is, why is it that the minute-to-minute gameplay is so incredibly unsatisfying as frequently as it is if you're not Nick Diamond?
Can you repeat the question?
Why is the minute-to-minute gameplay, which is platforming, it's a platforming game.
Yeah.
When you're not exploring, you're platforming, and when you're not fighting, you're platforming. That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going to different areas, you're platforming.
Yeah.
Why is the minute-to-minute gameplay so incredibly unsatisfying if you're not Nick Diamond?
Well, I actually have a few friends who aren't Nick Diamond that enjoy the game.
Get him
And I've heard from them that the minute-to-minute gameplay, it's more when you're in between fighting and you're in between buying and you're in between discovering and you're just backtracking and walking around. It's so easy to fall into the environment of the game. It's one of the best things. That's one of my favorite things about the game. It has this gritty Dark Souls, but like,
and that's
slightly
another problem
hopeful
that I have. All right, that's another problem that I have. You know, I'm getting pissed off because the game's shitty, and when I play a shitty game, it makes me uncomfortable and angry.
I mean,
but also the stupid Newgrounds ass art style is making fucking Melissa go every time I get my ass whooped, and I'm like, I need to turn this game off because it's like
fantastic.
It's like.
So does she like it or not like it?
It feels incredibly.
How does your girlfriend feel about Hollow Knight?
It doesn't matter. Okay, that is unimportant. What is important is that while it's being shitty and disrespectful to me as a player, it's adorable. So it's like, you know.
Like it?
It's disrespectful.
You hate that you like it?
No, I don't like it because I could have drawn all the art in it easily.
It's a low-funded game made by 3 people.
Well, you know,
I don't know if you were expecting AAA graphics. Wanted this to look like the new Resident Evil coming out or some shit. It's an indie game.
Look, man.
3 people made Hollow Knight. I want to see you make a game that's 1/3 as good as Hollow Knight.
Not only could I make a game that's better than Hollow Knight, but it would be the best game ever made.
Well, this is a challenge. Make a video game. That's your new mission.
It would be so easy
Then
to
do
make
it.
a video game from scratch.
Yeah,
by
make a
myself.
Patreon.
Not even with a Patreon. Self-funded, my own money.
Is it going to be a mobile game?
Yeah. It's going to be Unity.
Okay. Well, Hollow Knight's a great game.
When
My closing remarks.
The thing about you and listen, now this has nothing to do with Hollow Knight. This actually has to do with my problems with you as a person.
Okay.
But when you're wrong, that's so shitty.
Spit it out.
When you're wrong, you just double down and you just refuse to not. And this is a problem you have. I'm not
That's because
projecting
I'm not wrong.
Well, you are though. You're wrong, and everybody who likes it is wrong, and I'm gonna get murdered when this video comes
So
out.
everybody else is wrong. You're right.
Yes, and I will listen. It would take some serious convincing for somebody to persuade me that Hollow Knight is fun, because it's not fun, and it's frustrating, consistently. And when you should be getting that cathartic release of beating a boss or conquering a platforming challenge, at the end of the day, it just leads to another fucking worm, and then you have to go through another 3 million entrances to find anything.
Yeah, but the worms are so cute.
Yeah, but listen, I would venture to say that if you enjoy the game because of, if I don't know, I was about to say if you enjoy the game because of the art style, you're dumb, but that's just not.
Well, that's not really the main reason I enjoy the game. It's a contributor, of course. Okay. But I enjoy the game for the difficulty.
Yeah.
The progression.
You're one of those people. You're one of those people, Nick. That and this is I don't want to tell somebody how to enjoy a video game, but I'm gonna tell somebody how to enjoy a video game. So, what you do is you just beat your head against a wall for hours. That's not gameplay.
Dimitri, you have to understand the way that you play the game is different from the way I play the game because you don't know anything. I know
no. You know
what the dead ends are. I know where to go.
But you know what makes me so mad is because I've been replaying it and I got further. I didn't beat the game last year, but I got really far into the game and I come back to it now and I feel worse. And I've not gotten worse at video games. I just played through Symphony of the Night again and I was better. But Hollow Knight, it just isn't. It doesn't feel like as polished of a game. It's not as good as of a game. And you can keep saying it's an indie game and 3 people made it and whatever, but judging it on its merits as a game, it is not as solid as people keep saying.
Oh, well, to be completely honest, I think that the reason that you have such a hard time connecting to the game is because of its difficulty that you can't seem to get over. Which is fine.
The difficulty reminds me of an NES game, which was before they even knew how to design video games.
I don't really feel that at all. I get a Shovel Knight kind of inspiration from
Then you have never played an NES game.
What? Yes, I have. I played NES games growing up.
No. Because you would feel the same way I feel. If you've played NES games and you've experienced artificial difficulty.
Oh, I know about artificial difficulty.
What is that?
Artificial difficulty is fake bullshit that's made to be difficult on purpose and not difficult in a clever way, just a bullshit way.
Now, why did you... Now, you don't know what artificial difficulty is? What you just did was you looked up the Wikipedia page for Hollow Knight and read it to me.
Actually, I didn't, because that's not what Hollow Knight is. Hollow Knight has a skill curve.
No, it does not have a skill curve.
Have.
You know what it has?
Yes,
it has a Newgrounds art style that attracted Tumble Arenas to fucking play it and vouch for it.
If it doesn't have a skill curve, why am I able to beat the game in 6 hours?
Because you are really good at beating your head against a wall. Because that's what you're good at, is beating.
If you don't know where to go and you're confused, then you're not going to be able to do anything.
Why doesn't it have a deathmatch mode, first-person shooter mode?
That's actually a good point, and that's something I'm hoping that they're going to bring in the Hornet sequel.
Why isn't there a battle royale?
That's actually a really good point, and I'm hoping that's something that they bring in the Hornet sequel.
Why isn't there a zombies side mode, right? Or microtransactions?
That's stupid.
That is pretty stupid.
Yeah, no, the Team Cherry would never put microtransactions into their game.
That's another problem that I have with the game. Why is it Team Cherry? That's my least favorite fruit. You know what I mean?
Because this was one of their first games, and they were virgins to the gaming industry, so their cherries were popped with Hollow.
Okay. All right, man. I think I'm good. Thanks. This has been
That's it. All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Dimitri.
Now we got nowhere, and when I upload this, I'm gonna look stupid. But you know what? I can live with that.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay, bye, dude. It was fun.
I'm gonna let you go, dude.
Bye, Zach.
Oh my goodness.